Sara Azari. She is a criminal defense attorney and legal analyst for NewsNation. And Mark Geragos, who's a trial attorney and the co-host of the Reasonable Doubt podcast with Adam Carolla. He's seen a trial or two in his time. Welcome to both of you. So as I was weighing all these bad facts for all four of these defendants, I thought I need to get someone to get me off the ledge, because to me it looks like just a slam dunk period. So let's start here, and we're going to start with Grandma Tiffany. And Sara, I'm going to begin with you. I'm going to list off just again the whole ugly nature of what the police have that we know of. They've got this so-called maybe confession, maybe not, but something that leads them to believe she's responsible for the deaths. The nasty custody dispute that she was in. The fact that the victims were on their way to see her. She canceled it, but then told police she didn't. She gave the police inaccurate information about that gravesite. She bought 3 burner phones. She bought 5 tasers after searching for them all, and searched taser pain level, gun shops, prepaid cell phones, and how to get someone out of their house. So with that, counselor, go ahead with your opening statement to this jury.
I mean, did you just encourage her to plead guilty already, Ashleigh? She is presumed
Save her
innocent.
Life.
She
if
is
that's
presumed
the fact,
innocent.
Sara, honestly,
Yeah.
if I were you defending her, I'd look at her and say, that is an Everest of bad facts, and if you want to save your life, you might do it this way.
It is. It is, and I think that what the prosecution is calling a confession, I mean, Mark can tell you this too, the client sneezes and they go, oh, he confessed. I mean, here under Oklahoma law, they have to have proof of guilt, meaning they have to have substantial evidence that even though these defendants are presumed innocent, that there's a lot of circumstantial evidence pointing to guilt in order to get no bail hold on them. And so it's just the state's way of strengthening their position in that regard. Because trust me, I mean, a confession is an unequivocal admission of guilt. There is nothing vague and cryptic about it, like this, indication of responsibility. What the hell is that? And if it is a confession, I can't tell how many times I've thought I've had a confession, but there are, they're not voluntary. I mean, that's one way to keep it out. And sometimes they're explainable, like you said. So yeah, sometimes, and we don't know what exactly she said. Like I said last night, I want to hear the audio. I don't want the transcript. I want the audio. And then we can talk about how that's explainable in an innocuous way. You mentioned the custody battle. That is bad. I mean, Mark can be the true believer tonight, but that is very bad. There's 5 years of a custody battle. It is motive, even though the prosecution doesn't need motive. This is motive. She's tried one earlier time. I think there's a statement by somebody that she tried to get the victim out of the house to essentially attack her, and it didn't work. So the custody battle is bad.
Wait, there's more to that too, Sara. That little thing was, let's try and get her out of the house and then throw an anvil through her windshield to kill her that way back in February.
Right, to make it look like an accident.
Let's put the list back up so you can see. I want you to be able to just look at that list as well, because on that list, Sara, hit it hard. You bought 5 stun guns and you bought 3 burner phones. The stun guns are found at the gravesite. The burner phones are tracked to the place where they disappeared and the gravesite and the Twombly's house. How do you explain that away?
Right, and I'll let Mark do that, but the fact that she searched for these things, the fact that she searched, see, this is the client that I would refer to Mark. The fact that she searched for these things, I wasn't bothered by that at all. It's the fact that they're overt acts that match up with the searches. It's that she searched the gun shops, she searched the taser pain, and then she bought the stun guns. She searched how to get somebody out of the house. She searched, burner phones and went and bought them at Walmart. The problem is that her searches pair up with the overt acts. And so, that's not very good. The confession I'm not worried about. The custody dispute could be explained. The web searches with the purchases are bad. And then, of course, not knowing where the bodies are. We learned that in the Vallow case, similar situation. When you're covering up, it's consciousness of guilt. I'm not sure how she can explain that. if you ask her, she'll say, I didn't know, I didn't have anything to do with it, I didn't know where the bodies were, except she was at the site where they were buried.
Yeah, and our source,
where the boyfriend,
well, she was at the site the day before, while her boyfriend Tad was asking the landowner, mind if I do some digging down there? You know, no biggie. I'm just going to remove a tree stump. And the next day, you know, the bodies are buried. And 12 noon, the skitter's out. But so I'm going to go to you, Mark, and I'm going to get you to just do, because I want you to do Tad Cullum, and I'm going to list out his bad facts in a minute, but just hit up that whole burner phone and stun guns and how a defense attorney is going to explain that away.
I'll do that only if you do that accent about the going and doing the digging again.
I'll do it every day, all day long. Don't test me. I lived in Texas for 5 years. I can sling with the rest of them.
So the burner phones generally, one of the things that you say is, look, what you call a burner phone, what the prosecution calls a burner phone, is a prepaid phone. Sometimes people cannot afford to get a dedicated cell phone or any other kind of credit, so they buy prepaid phones. That the prosecution always calls those burner phones. The searches are interesting because I've had cases where there were searches, but it depends on when the searches were. If the searches were prior to the going missing, those are bad facts. If the searches are during the period of time when somebody's missing, that can be explained away. The interesting thing when you have this many suspects and supposedly admitting responsibility is, what I would be looking for is who's going to cut the first deal, because they're going to want one of these four to roll on the other three. That's a tried and true prosecution tactic, and that's probably what I would imagine is going to end up happening. My father used to always say, first one in the door gets the best deal.
Thank you for watching. Go to newsnationnow.com to find NewsNation on your television provider, and don't forget to click the red subscribe button below to get more of NewsNation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.